All right. So if you had to describe your life story in about 2 minutes or less, so name if you want to tell me your name, where you're from, and then maybe like the 3 to 5 significant bullet points of your life and how you got to a Zoom meeting talking to a stranger today. How would you do it, sir?
Very good. Hello, everybody. This is Piscioli, but you can call me Pistoff. I live in Pacific Northwest. I studied art in my first real job. What? No, I'm not going to do it in the stupid accent. Sorry. So,
Did pretty good. That was pretty good intro. I like it. I like it.
I studied art. My first real job was after my freshman year of college, and it was sign painting. And the master artist that I worked with kept getting accused of, I don't know, wasting paint or something like that. And the whole thing just stank to me like the manager, who was the son of the business owner, was embezzling money and trying to start it. It just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I decided I would pursue fine arts instead. And I've sort of come full circle. I did 10 years in consumer analytics with supporting PhDs in, with degrees in sociology and comparative literature. Um, I'm not sure what qualified me for that position other than maybe my sunny disposition. But I've come full circle and am now doing commercial art again,
Okay.
but this time for a friend of mine.
Ah,
So
okay.
it's all good.
I like it. I like it. And then if you could extrapolate out maybe the next 5 to 10 years of your story, then what's on the horizon, what you're most excited about in the future here?
Um, that's sort of covered in our questions.
Okay.
Anyway,
Definitely.
uh, yeah, well, that's near future. I guess probably
Right.
retirement. I'm getting old.
Are you? Okay. Bones starting to hurt every time you wake up. It's getting
A
rough.
little bit,
A little bit every day. Okay. Yeah. Well, you selected the fun slash absurd questions.
oh boy, what's my prize?
Let's see. Let's find out how well you do. 5 questions today, and then we'll kind of finish up with the wrap up. But first question is going to be, what is your opinion of the color yellow?
All
First thing you
right.
think about.
Well, uh, most folks associate the color yellow with the sun or happiness or optimism or joy. Um, but on the contrary, it can also indicate jealousy, betrayal, illness, and danger, according to the internet. I think yellow's for cowards. I live in the Northwest where passive aggressiveness is a way of life. Folks here would rather piss themselves than engage in any kind of actual conflict. Conflict is good. It helps us grow as individuals and as a species. Fear is the killer of hope. Cowards are a pox on humanity.
Oh, deep. That is some like Sun Tzu Art of War stuff. Is that directly from that book? We were talking about it earlier. No, that's not in that
No,
book.
that's just from me, peace stuff.
His stuff. Okay. That's a good one. So cowardly. It's a cowardly color. Okay. Interesting. Do you have any favorite colors other than
No,
obviously
I
girl?
black.
You like black. Okay. The controversial color, right?
Well, it's
Shade
the
versus
absence of color.
the absence of color. It's like a vacuum, the vacuum of space. Yes.
I do
Okay.
a lot of my art is black and white.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one day we'll get a pic, post it onto a future website, show the
For
people.
reals. Oh yeah, I'll
That'd be
send you
cool.
my Avi. Actually, you'll dig my Avi.
Okay. Absolutely. We'll get that promoted at some point. Question two, boss, is going to be, what is the last thing you Googled on your phone?
No lie, oral surgeons in my area.
Oh, okay. Oral. You started with oral, and I was like, where is this going? And then you went to surgery and just kind of saved it last second there. I
Oh
like that.
yes.
Oral surgeons. You having some problems? Need a little root canal or something?
A little bit. Well, that's in question four.
Okay. I see. Yeah, I see where you're going with that one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just got out of the dentist yesterday, so all good, no cavities, doing all right on that end. So I'm
Take good
stoked
care of
about
your
that.
teeth, son.
Okay. That's the rule. I Of all things in the modern world I'm most thankful for, it's got to be, anesthetics and just general dentistry. I can't imagine 300-400 years ago getting a tooth pulled or something, Abe Lincoln or Washington, some of these guys. some of the worst, obviously, pain
Yeah,
in the
well, I was
world.
telling my kids, like what did they do in the old days? And it was you died from that stuff.
Sepsis, the abscesses. Yeah, that's true. I would rather die than, not have anesthesiology and that whole field of science. Yeah, for sure. Um, Third question. If you didn't set an alarm tonight, what time would you naturally wake up in the morning?
I never set an alarm. I always wake up 8 hours after I go to sleep.
Ah, no matter what time you go to bed. It's just
Yeah,
an 8 hour, like
yeah,
robotic. Dang.
kind of. Yeah.
Has it always
I
been that
don't
way?
close my shades either, though.
Okay. Okay. So you're just kind of letting nature do its thing.
Yeah.
The natural circadian rhythm. In the Pacific Northwest, you don't get much sunlight though, do you?
It depends on the time of year. We have
Yeah.
really long days in the summer.
Okay. Oh, so you're pretty high up there. All right.
Yeah, really high. Like if you look at the U.S.,
Right.
we're way further north than Maine.
Okay. I have been to Anchorage and it was sunlight for like 22 hours in the summer in July. So
Isn't that beautiful?
that was freaky. I needed the blackout shades. I don't know how you do it without that, you animal, but that's impressive if you don't need that or just kind of let nature, handle the circadian rhythm thing. I think that's awesome. So 8 hours. Does that seem to be a good amount of time for you? You need more or less sleep
Yeah. No, no,
typically?
no. It's beautiful.
Yeah. I
It
wish I could.
depends. I ride my bike a lot.
Okay.
So if I'm particularly active on a day,
Right.
I may have a nap that next day, but I get through the day pretty much without a nap.
Nice. I'm not a nap guy at all. I just can't sleep that night, so it's not the trade I'm looking for. Okay, let's see. Question 4, banging these out. What is the most physical pain you have ever been in?
Well, it's right now, actually. So I actually wrecked myself really bad last week on my bike. So I had
Okay.
a bunch of like bumps and bruises and scrapes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I cracked one of my molars and it went septic over the weekend. So I went down and I had it extracted on Monday, but they're afraid to give you narcotics anymore. So,
What?
they prescribed me
Yeah.
aspirins and it's a drag, brother. And
Oh,
then I went down, I got my Omicron vaccine yesterday.
right.
So I feel like I got COVID on top of
Oh my gosh. You're just
that.
piling it all on at this moment. You
Yeah, my
cracked a
buddy asked me
molar
what
on a
I did to
bike.
piss my wife off to get that
Yeah.
scheduled in the
Yeah.
condition I'm in. And I said, no, 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 it's Mother Nature I pissed off.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. How do you crack that? That's impressive. Do you wear a helmet when you ride? Are you a helmet guy,
No,
not a helmet guy?
nah, I'm a trail rider.
Okay.
But I was up in the middle of freaking nowhere and I racked up my bike bad enough that the seat
Mm.
broke off.
Oh my
And
gosh.
my hands were tore up.
Right.
So I had to ride 18 miles back. I go from Duval to Snoqualmie Mountain,
Okay.
which is it's an 18-mile one way,
Yeah,
and it's a big elevation climb, but it's over 18 miles, so it's not that steep.
sure.
I had to come all the way back with my bike wrecked and my body wrecked.
Oh my gosh. Are you normally biking with a buddy or is this like one of the
No,
only times?
no,
Nah,
it's
solo.
my alone time.
I like it. We all need a little bit of that, time to time. Obviously, we don't need the wrecks when they're happening. Has that been the worst wreck in your life, you think?
No,
Okay. Other
no. I
fractures.
I mean I think I dodged a bullet, really. I mean, I could have
Hmm.
tore my spine out and been up in the middle of freaking nowhere.
True. You were able to move. You're not paralyzed, so thankful for that. Maybe
Yep,
one less.
I told myself that the whole way down.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
that's the
was moving though when it happened.
I need to get out of here. Yeah, that's oh my gosh. My host family when I lived in Idaho was super into mountain biking, so they'd take me on trips and that stuff, bombing down hills. I don't know how you guys do it. That's some of the most ballsy stuff. And I grew up playing ice hockey and wrestling, so I don't have any idea how crazy you guys are when it comes to kind of the BMX and motocross stuff. But props to you for that, man. Last question is what are you currently hyped for?
I'm just looking forward to an end to my pain and suffering,
Yeah,
or at least for the swelling to go
permanently,
down.
like permanently, or just as like,
Take that as you will.
yeah, exactly, yeah, whatever direction you want to go, end it all. I imagine with pain that bad, you probably it crosses your mind, right? It crosses your mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so
definitely.
are you already scheduled for surgery? Is there like a date that you have?
No, no, they pulled it on Monday.
They already pulled it.
That's what I
Okay,
was looking for, was someone that could pull it right away because
right.
I was septic. My face was like a rotten piece of fruit.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So just recovering from that.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
bro.
on the
I'm
men's.
so happy that I could be here today to meet you.
I know. Despite the pain, the worst pain in his life, this man's on a podcast talking to a stranger. You can't respect that any more than you currently do. So,
Showing up is half the battle.
showing, hey, right, 80% of success. Who said that? I forget. Some famous white guy probably.
Might have been Dale Carnegie.
Might have been Dale
Or Sun Tzu
Carnegie.
or
That's
somebody.
right. Sun Tzu. It's one of those guys. I don't know. Buddha, Muhammad, some of those guys. One of those guys.
All right.
And then I always end with this, but if you could ask a stranger any question, nothing was too superficial or deep, what would you ask and what would you want to know about somebody?
I want to know what their vendetta is. What's your petty vendetta? Pretty much given an opportunity, most people will sing you their song. Everybody's got a story that they're going to tell, and they'll work it into conversation anyhow. So
Right.
yeah, what's your petty vendetta?
That's a good one. I asked somebody yesterday, what are they still salty about? And that was a pretty good story that he launched into. So
Oh,
I
I'll
think
have to find that episode.
it's unedited yet. It'll be up soon. Trust me, that'll be up soon. But that's a good one to ask people. Like, what's the vendetta? You're still, the Inigo Montoya, you killed my father, prepared to die. What are you holding on to? Yeah, it's just the classic one right there. I don't know, man. I'd have to think more about that. There is I'm still salty about at least one call in an ice hockey game, my final ice hockey game in Lake Tahoe at San Diego State Playing Club, where I got called for a major penalty with like 6 minutes left in the game. The other team ends up scoring 3 goals, ties it, and then they end up winning in overtime or something. It's just the worst way to end a career. So that ref
Because you
that called
body
that,
checked a guy, didn't you?
I took this guy's like almost head off, but it was completely legal. He was
It's
shorter than me.
completely legal.
He was shorter than me. So like, what do you want me to do? One of the hardest hits I've had, and just I don't know. No one on the ice called it. The kid went down, stayed hurt, and then they eventually did like a after the fact major penalty. I was like, that's kind of odd when no one called whatever. Still salty about that one, and so the career didn't end as well as I wanted, but it's that was like 3 years ago, so I got to get over it. So that's the petty vendetta. Fuck University of Oregon and their whole club hockey team. That's all I gotta say right there. I'll mic drop on that. So again, thank you for taking the time to talk to me today,
Absolutely, it was a
sir.
hoot, man. You got me out of
Absolutely.
here on time.
I did. To everybody out there listening, I thank you for your support. This is Tyler telling you to go talk to a stranger. Peace.